Here, this is usually how I do my interviews with Vinny. Vinny, what'd you think of the episode?
Yeah, it was a good episode, and the girls having fun, and yeah.
Coyotes fans, it's time for another edition of the Bachelor Report as things get down to the nitty-gritty. Some bad news. Unfortunately, Brad Richardson will not be joining us today. I guess some people do really forget where they came from, so very unfortunate. But the good news on the flip side of that is we have 4 contestants coming on today. Jason Demers is back live in the flesh, Kevin Connaughton, Vinny Hinestroza, and of course everybody's new favorite, Christian Fisher. Let's go to the first date. Let's go to what's her name? No. Kaylin. She dropped an L-bomb on him, said she loves him, and then made it very clear that they've been through a lot together.
Yeah, I think she knows how to play the game, and she's trying to push on him. Actually, her family was the least memorable of this episode. I'm trying to think back, and I don't really remember too much, and maybe that's one of the reasons why.
Ouch. You're tough to please, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I honestly thought that whole thing was like out of an episode of The Hills. Like, it seemed so scripted.
Were you surprised that Kaylin didn't get the rose, and especially considering at the start of the show she said, "I love him and we've been through so much together."
Yeah, I was a little shocked. He's kind of digging himself a hole. He keeps telling them that he's fallen in love with them. Like, he's not saying "I love you," but he says "I'm falling in love with you," and like, you're just setting yourself up for disaster. I think you got to keep your mouth shut until the end, until you pick one. You can't.
L-bombs. Moving on to Hannah G. That was probably the most memorable date. Went to the etiquette class to start. She was freestyling. She's now a SoundCloud rapper. And I thought there was a good connection between Colton and the family.
Yeah, I did too. I thought from the start, that date, I thought that was kind of weird. I feel like as guys, we're as polite as we can be going into meeting a family or something, and I think that's all you can ask. You can't be perfect, and if they're expecting that from him, and then I think that's a little crazy.
Yeah, that was tough to watch. It was boring. And then she's like, "Oh, like Colton, like he's willing to try and become that Southern gentleman." Like, just
That had to be the worst etiquette class. I did not. If that's real, like that's how they eat with the bun, that's painful.
I'm not classy because I didn't rip off a piece of bun and butter it. Oh, you're gonna judge me the way I butter my bun? I keep messing that line up, for sakes. 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're gonna judge me how I butter my bread?
Yeah. And then she goes at the dinner. She starts rapping. So I'm like, you go from an etiquette date to rapping?
Yeah.
Just the worst rap ever.
I think she's winning. I've been a Cassie front runner from day one, but this might be the changing moment for me. She's you can't deny the connection, and I agree. The hometowns went probably the best out of all of them, and the date was great. I don't know what it is about her mom, but she looks like a cartoon character.
She is a cartoon character.
She is?
Yeah.
I don't want to be negative about it, but we gotta talk about the rap, right? Maybe we could get her out here with DJ Iceman before the game.
Maybe we could. Let's talk about who am I missing here? Cassie. I'm missing Cassie.
I mean,
Her old man wanted none of it.
oh my God. Well, her old man, I feel like he was playing the role, but he was playing into that drama. But the thing that not many people know, and I'm going to spoil this for the batch, is she's been on a reality show before this called Young Once, if I get it right. I don't really know what the premise was, but she has been on a reality show before, so she knows the game a little bit.
Cassie, her father was pretty hard on him. I thought the hardest of any father.
Yeah, he wasn't having it really, this whole Bachelor thing. I like to see that though, the two dads that kind of shut him down, and they're not here for the fame and for the Instagram followers. They're just looking out for their family members, and I think they both realize that this is kind of a bizarre situation and one that they can't really put their stamp of approval on.
And he's a bit narcissistic in the sense where he didn't get the "I love you" back from Cassie, and he was all bent out of shape about it. It's like, buddy, you need all 4 loving you at this moment. You're not even going to pick all 4.
And he kept. I truly think he kept Cassie just so that next week he could probably get that I love you from her. That's exactly why she's
Ding, 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 ding. Let's go to Tasha. I think she's trying to have Colton die in this season. She brought him bungee jumping, brought him skydiving. What's next?
I actually like her a lot. I think he actually brought her bungee jumping, so she wanted to one-up him and took him skydiving. If I was him, I probably would have my pants, but I think that's a huge step for them and shows she's a fun girl, and I really actually like her, and I thought her family was the most normal.
Her old man was a little strict. Did not give Colton the blessing, which I thought he was fair. He was articulate in exactly why he wasn't going to give it to her. You know, what are your thoughts on that?
I think any dad that gives permission out of all these dates is crazy. So I agree with her dad. And I mean, if let's just say it goes to that, and he knows he's gonna propose to her, what's wrong with just calling him and asking him again later?
She said, "Hey, like you raised me to be very cautious." Meanwhile, she's divorced, and then she's on a dating show where she's gonna get married in 6 weeks. I don't know where the two kind of meet. Cautious.
You're saying that people on that show don't make sense? Well, that's odd.
I mean, the writers there either geniuses or
it's like a Goosebumps R.L. Stein choose your own ending.
Captain Underpants. Flip the page. This is a good interview. I feel like this is going.
We're
good.
buzzing.
It's going to be interesting this next episode. We finally get to see the fence jump too. They've been teasing us with that since night one. Finally, we're going to see how it all goes down, which I'm excited
At
for.
this point, I don't even care. I don't even need to see it.
Yeah, you do. You need that fence jump. You'll watch it.
Oh, JD, this has been fun, man.
It's been great,
I missed you, man.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I miss you. Give me a hug. I love you. Well, that wraps things up. I know Hermes Cologne. That wraps things up for the Bachelor Report. Things are coming down to the nitty gritty. If you just shut up for 1 second so I can finish talking. And thank you for joining the Bachelor Report, brought to you by White Claw.